Hi everyone. So today I wanted to try a hack that I've been hearing about all over YouTube. And it's the hack where if you have different stamps that are, like two-step, like you do this step and then that step, where it has multiple layered stamping, I should say. And they're on like wood blocks. It says that you can take a heat gun and apply it here and then remove it. So let's see if that is something that actually works. So first we're going to try it on these rose stamps and the rose leaves, and then we will try it on the pansies, and let's see if it works. Okay, so first I think it says you hold it like this, and then you heat it right there, and then you're supposed to be able to peel it off. So let's see if it does it. And I'm just moving it back and forth. And we're just going to turn it around. Okay. Now let's see if the top part is loose enough. I don't know how long you're supposed to wait or anything. It is. The top part is a little bit looser, but not underneath. So actually, let's try a leaf because that is, well, actually, no, let's persevere with this one. And I want to do it in real time so you can see how long it takes to do it. And be careful with so you don't burn your fingers because heat guns are really hot. I can tell that it's loosening this part, but it doesn't seem to be loosening the underneath part, the foam part that you would need. So it's loosening this, but it's not loosening the other part. So let's see, it loosens this, but I want it to loosen the foam too. So let's keep applying the heat, and we'll move it back and forth. Okay. I don't know how long this is. Well, it loosens this, that's for sure. But okay, it's starting to loosen the underneath part. Let me see if I can get something to help me pull that off. Okay. Okay, so let's heat it more. Because I want that foam part too. Because that makes it stamp better. So that only makes, it only makes sense. Okay. Now let's try it again. I think tweezers are kind of a safe option to help loosen it. And it is actually very sticky. They must have used really good glue. As you can tell, it is starting to push up. Okay. See, we're getting some looseness here. Even the foam. Whoa, it's bent these. Let's see, I want them bent back. Okay, now let's just use my fingers. So yes, it does work, but if I'm honest with you, it loosens the rubber much quicker than it loosens the foam, I should say. So let me see if I can just scooch it back over. Or maybe remove it and then put it back on where it needs to go. Yeah, let's put that back where it goes. Pretty darn good. Okay, so this hack does work. We'll let it, we're not going to let it sit there. We're going to let it sit just kind of off there like that. And so I'm going to go ahead and do the other ones, and then I will be right back to show you the results. Okay, so see you in a sec. Okay, so guys, I'm back because I wanted to show you a quick little tip that I've discovered that makes it so much easier. So go ahead and place your stamp down and then heat it. So you're going to move it round and round in a circle, and then we're going to go along the sides and heat it. Now you're going to take your sticks or whatever, just so it has a flat surface. We're just going to stick it under there and push up a little. And we're just going to go on all the corners because it's going to make it so much easier to get that foam lifted off of the block. And when you feel like it's loose enough, go ahead and grab it with your fingers and just peel it right off like that. Okay, so I'm going to do the pansies, and then I will show you my other idea I had, and I'll be right back. Hi everyone, so I'm going to show you how to do the last one again that we have for the pansies, and it's just this little stamp here. So first we're going to heat it on the top, and then we're going to heat it all around on the sides. All right, here we go. All right, now let's see if we can loosen it and then peel it up. Okay. Oh, and this one is coming right off, just that one loosen, and it's ready to peel right off, no problem. And so what I did with the rose stamp set is I had stamped it out on a piece of acrylic paper there, and we're just going to run a heat gun over it. The stamping isn't perfect, but that doesn't really matter. And not too much, just a little heat, because as you notice, it's starting to shrink. And we don't want it to shrink too much. We just want to make sure that the ink is set, which I feel it is. And so now we are going to take our scissors and we are going to cut these out. Now any scissors would do. I'm going to cut out the leaves first because we want some idea of what it's going to look like when we need to stamp it, so that we're stamping it to line it up correctly, because these are layering stamps. And actually, next time I wouldn't heat set it, I would just wait until it, looks like it is done. So first we're cutting out these leaves. And it doesn't have to be perfect, just so that you get a good idea of where it is at. Now this one leaf one is the one that's the solid, and this one here is the solid. So I'm just going to put this right on there. And this way I have an idea of where it needs to be at. Okay, and now let's cut out the rose one, the thick one. Okay. And try to move the acrylic, not the acrylic, but try to move the paper or what you're cutting with first instead of the scissors. So don't move the scissors, move the paper. It's supposed to make for a better cut. Now right here where it goes in, we need to make sure that we're cutting in because that's very important when we line it up for the layering stamps. Okay. And we are almost done with this one. Okay, that looks pretty good. And we're going to get the one that is the thicker rose stamp, which is this one here. And we're going to need to line it up. You see how it goes up right here? That's where we're going to flip it. And we're going to know that it goes right here. And I don't think this ink is really staying on. I thought it would, but it isn't. See, so we can tell that those two are lined up. And actually, since this ink is just coming right off, I'm thinking it's probably best to not stamp them on here, stamp them on white paper. If you want to, that'll be a much better option. See, it's coming right off, so this is a failed attempt there. But let's get a marker and mark from here to here, just so that you know where it needs to start at. So I'm going to do that with this marker so that you know that you have to line it up with that mark right there. And with the leaves, I'm thinking we'll mark it at the tip there so that we know that that's where we line it up. And so just a little mark. The same thing here, just a little mark. And then on this one, we're going to look, whoa, that's really sticky block. See where there's indent is? We want to translate that to the other side. And right there. Okay. And then this is the leaf, so we'll just mark it right there. And then the pansies, I am thinking the best way to line those up would be to mark it on these two sides where they go. Well, actually, maybe right here where it goes in. So right there, translate it to the other side. There's the line. And so this one will need to match up with that one. So we've got those ones. And this one is going to have to go in the very center. Or no, is this part of the leaf? Oh yeah, the pansy will go right in here. So it goes right in there. We're going to mark it right here at this very tip. And that way we will line it up where it needs to line up at. So next time, don't use this, use paper because it won't smear all over. See, I've got lovely ink all over my hands. And mark it with a permanent marker in those spots. Don't worry about cutting it out because that's really not going to work. And yeah, so the hack works. I like it. And then just do their little indents so you know where to put them. And so, yep, well, that's the hack. And so let me put these pansies away. And let's see if the other flowers will fit in there too. Okay, pansies in the leaf. Yep, that's all going to fit in there. So it saves a little bit of space in my craft drawers. And then the 2 different leaves. And I hope you enjoyed watching this. Don't make the same mistakes I did. So yeah, you just heat it on the center and then heat it all around and they will come right out. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this. Have a lovely day. And you, yes, you are so very kind. And I hope you enjoyed this hack on removing your layering stamps that were on wood blocks. Thank you. Bye-bye.